EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's our visiting team and our home team. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His team fired up and ready for this one. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He's got the first down. No turn and hand this one off. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Second and 10.
Second and 10. At the 16-yard line.
At the 60. At the 60.
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal. Here's the run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11.
Wrap all 80. Go.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
They'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in.
But I think these guys are ready for week 1 to get started. I mean, you see teams kind of limp their way into the regular season, and they don't find their form until a couple weeks in. But they didn't play a ton in the preseason, but that's too.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why. And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide, we're just going to air it out first, second, third down. All three incompletions, and now it brings up fourth down, and barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back up.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. He'll drop to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. Look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and we come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Greg, you take a peek back and look at the NFC West in totality. Just a reminder of how quick things change. I don't think anybody in the country thought the 49ers would be the last place team in this division last year. Shows you, one, how changeable it is, but also the quality of teams in this division.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they were the Super Bowl favorite, at least out of the NFC. A year ago, and then to find themselves 6-11 at the bottom looking up. It's pretty remarkable, but to your point, Mike, it just shows health, a little bit of good fortune. The other teams in your division, if they're a little weaker, your path is strong. There's so many elements, the way the NFL schedule is set up, it's all tied. If you're good, we're trying to bring you back down towards the middle. If you're bad, we're trying to bring you up towards the middle. It's a league of parity. It's a league of ups and downs. And the teams that can break through that and sustain success, you got to give them a lot of credit.
And what I love about this division, Greg, is the different philosophical challenges that defenses see. We know Kyle Shanahan does with the Niners. The Rams and Sean McVay always at the top end of the game. And then the unpredictability of Kyler Murray, plus the physicality that Seattle has played with. You've got to have a lot of clubs in your bag to play defense in the NFC West.
Oh, absolutely. And just think even a couple years ago, it was even harder when those teams were all competing for Super Bowls year in and year out. So it's a really good division. You have to be able to play really top-tier defense, to your point, because all 6 of those games, you play all 3 of those division rivals, it feels different, it looks different, and if you're not good, they're going to score 30 on you. So it's a big challenge. It's not a division for the weak of heart, and it's going to be fun to follow along and see who comes out on top.
70, tip, cut up,
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league. and results in a negative play.
This one caught by Waller. And the defense can't love to stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Unlock line! Unlock line! Ready! Roll!
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And they'll get about half what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up second and 5.
Brings up second and 4 at the 23.
Come on! Set up! Gravity line!
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. To the pylon, he's in.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Lightning ain't big!
He's going to try to do it himself. He'll try to pick this up with a run. And he finds his way into the end zone again. Good stretch, finding the goal line, the touchdown, and the 2-point conversion. The return starts from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchdown. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about when Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball to 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I am so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped it. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
Here's a toss, right side. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Now they'll run. It's a counter. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and you can generate.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. On the run to the right. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack. Second down big play attempt. Falls incomplete. Now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback. So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast, and the ball falls incomplete.
Cowboy 80.
Now, faking the give. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Gain of 16 for the man who wears 16. And a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Viking 18.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Get into the end zone. A try here for the extra point. He knocks it through. And his guys have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead.
Visitors 14.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. This is fielded inside the 5. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At near a 48-yard line.
A run now on second down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here is a big one. Third down and 2. Rolling right. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
Third and short. You think this ball's expected to come out quick. But when all the receivers were taken away, he decides to make a break for it. He doesn't get a whole lot, but what he gets is just enough to move the chains.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Here's second and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. Now a handoff, running right. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
That's going to be incomplete. Covered very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance. Trailing here in the fourth. They will turn it over on down.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
They'll begin here on the ground. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
And I don't think he got there wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now you're looking at third down.
Gain on the play. Brings up third and 1.
They'll go with the sneak. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 43, here's second and 5.
Let's go now.
43-yard line.
That's into traffic, but taken in. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They pick up 17 through the air. That's enough for a first down.
Here we go. Johnny Lions.
Now, this looks like a design run, and that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
There's that man again. Another catch.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Inside, it's complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Check that. Check that. Ready?
The RPO. That one is complete. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
The 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw yet again.